Okay, I guess we'll get started. Good morning. Thanks for making the trip. Everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
Am I good? Right on. Yeah, so thanks. Hopefully everybody navigated the weather okay. Coming across Toronto and everything else up north, so couldn't have made this event possible without you guys, the presenters, the vendors. So yeah, just on behalf of Portland Conservation, thank you. We've got a really awesome day today. Really looking forward. I'm just a guest today, just learning just like everybody else. So, but my name is Brett. I'm working for the conservation as an aquatic biologist. I'm the MC for today. First time I've done this, so bear with me. And yeah, so welcome to the Ocean Salmon Control Symposium. We've done this once before, 2019. It's a free event, and we're really happy for our main sponsor for the event, City of Kawartha Lakes. And so without them, we couldn't have done this today. And they fully funded everything, fully funded lunches and everything else. So just really appreciate the support from City of Kawartha Lakes. They really value their water courses and wetlands and lakes. They understand there's a lot of construction going on and a lot more to happen. And so yeah, it's nice to have their support. So just some housekeeping stuff, I guess, before we start. Washrooms are right there. And if they're full or busy, there's also washrooms around the corner, just out here to the right, in the main doors for the arena. There's also a water bottle fill-up station, if you want water. There's coffee there. Lunch will be coming around noon, and it's free. We had about between 90 and 100 people register. And so if for some reason you made it here and you didn't register, we should have enough lunches for everybody, but just want to hold off just for a sec to make sure everybody who registered understands to get to lunch. But we should have enough for everybody. So that is that. What else I got to say here? I think that's it as far as housekeeping. We do have an hour. We'll see if we can fit in a break or two in between, but we've got a pretty jam-packed agenda. Hopefully everybody grabbed one. There's some at the front there if you didn't. And so lunch is at noon, and please interact with the exhibitors. Very knowledgeable people, industry professionals, everything else. So just take the time to interact with them. And so we've got an hour for lunch, and the idea is to get everybody out of here by 3. So people have some traveling to do. So we're trying to keep this rolling. And so, we'll start off with just a few introductory slides before we introduce our first speaker. And so we'll just start out with the land acknowledgement, just recognizing the special role that Indigenous people have played as the original stewards of the land. I know I've personally learned a lot from connecting with local First Nations communities in the Treaty 20 area. They do care a lot about water, so a lot of what we're doing today, trying to improve the health of our waterways, and is particularly relevant to that. So just, as we go on through today and just, through the course of your business, just, think about Indigenous perspectives and how, you can integrate that into your business. A lot of development expected to occur. The province has put some pretty aggressive growth demands on not just the town of Lindsay, but most cities and towns around Ontario. So we're expecting a lot of construction. The population of Lindsay is supposed to double in the next 8 years. Around here we're supposed to get within the next decade or two another 22,000 homes, and it's going to be busy, right? A lot of business, which is good, right? That's what we want. We want responsible development, and so it's going to be a lot more ocean sediment controls, a lot more business, hopefully for people in that industry. And so this event today is part of many kind of training opportunities that Kawartha Conservation is trying to offer, just to connect people in the construction industry, so that we can all kind of raise the bar. So, as far as how our creeks and lakes are doing around here, it's definitely not a crisis. The lakes are in pretty decent decent shape, still lots of fishing opportunities and swimming opportunities, that type of thing. But as you can see from here, all these highlighted, it's kind of a poor, fair water quality. And so there's still some work to do, and definitely keeping silt out of our waterways, contributes to that for sure. And actually, we're thankful around the Kawartha Lakes to have really large drainage basins from Haliburton, like the Gull River, Burnt River watersheds, Mississauga River watersheds, and Eels Creeks. It's relatively undeveloped up north, and so we benefit from that nice clean water. That kind of helps buffer some of the crud we put in from Peterborough and Lindsay and other urban areas. So yeah, without that we'd be in a lot, wouldn't be as great. And so at Kawartha Conservation, we really haven't been actively monitoring construction sites or rain events. And we know there's going to be a lot more intense rain events through climate change and that type of thing. So we're starting to get in the business of monitoring, during, before, after a rain. And so just the other day we went out to Jennings Creek in Lindsay. It's a developing watershed, lots of construction projects going on, 3 or 4 subdivisions. And we wanted to check out what's it like after it rains. And so here's kind of the bottles every half an hour. Here's half an hour after a rain event. This is a 20 mil rain event, so not that large, really. And so you can see the color of the water as it progressed every half an hour, and then started faded off. All of these are, well exceed kind of our thresholds for aquatic life. It's kind of more of like an acute response, right? It's not like this all the time, but certainly, walking around some construction sites, there's a lot of sediment moving around. So just general pictures right around storm sewers. These are directly going into the Scugog River. Even our rural subdivisions that we're checking out, a lot of sediment migration in ditches and that type of thing. So still a lot of work to do, and we're just starting to get in the business of erosion sediment control. And so yeah, Kawartha Conservation has a lot to learn as well about how to properly inspect and manage these sites and understand design drawings and everything else. So we'll skip through that. And so there's the agenda for today. We'll get right into it. And yeah, really happy to have a lot of knowledgeable people in the industry. And so that's all I wanted to say about that. I kind of already went over some of the logistics about the agenda. Is that clear enough for everybody to see? Hopefully the presentations are a little bit more crisper. But if not, just throw up your hand and we can adjust it. So that's it for me. That's all for the introduction. And so what I'll do, just for the presenters, I'll just be standing up here and I'll give you kind of a 5-minute warning and like a 2-minute warning. We'll try and keep on track. And if you don't mind, the presenters just give a 30-second overview of who you are and who you work for and kind of your experience in the erosion sediment control industry. So sound good? So we'll get started. Welcome our first guest. So Lisa from Toronto Region Conservation Board.